Welcome back. We're entering a good friend of ours, Bob Moorhouse's place. We thought we'd stop in today and see if we could find him in action, and especially see if his omen would visit with us and talk a little bit about what he has been seeing with Total Equine and learn a little bit more about Bob. It looks like Bob just got done riding, so he has a fresh horse to talk to us about, and we'll see if he'll visit with us. Hi, Bob.
Hey, Dr. Anderson, how are you?
Well, I'm just pretty good.
Good.
Thought I'd drop
good.
in, and lucky to catch you here.
Well, yeah, just kind of playing around such a pretty day.
Doing your thing.
I'm doing my thing.
Now, from the looks of him, he's had a little exercise today.
Yeah,
You've been out working.
he's a little warmed up, but he needs it. He's a Zach T. Wood, and he needs it. And I'm going to camp on him for a while. But while we're doing this, I'd like to talk about your horse feed.
Okay.
I like this feed. My horses are, as you can see, they aren't slick and shiny like the ones down the Coliseum yesterday, but they're shiny.
They look like they're in their working clothes.
Yep, they are.
Bob, you've been on the program now for about 2 months, I believe. You started late November.
Yeah.
And so you've had a chance to kind of see a few of the things that we talked about early on when you started this, about the muscling, the hair coat, and things. And yes, the hair coat, I know a lot of people get worried about fuzzy hair coats, but this is wintertime.
No.
And in looking at some of your horses, I can see them in the sunshine down at the other end of the barn here. They have a very thick, healthy-looking coat, and I think that's more important than a short, shiny coat. Bob, would you mind showing me some of your other horses? You probably want to put him up, and let's take a gander at your others.
I'll turn him loose, and we'll look at those others.
The one thing that you will find is those chickens probably won't bother the horse droppings very much because there's no whole grain in there.
Really?
There's no grain at all in there, and so they won't bother it. It's the same reason we see around the stables where our horses are. Flies don't live very well in there, and birds won't bother the droppings from horses on Total Equine because there's no grain in them.
And everybody reads this stuff. You know, reads literally.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be thinner, greener.
No grain in it. All short fiber, and they're softer than normal too. If you take and squish them, they don't have the integrity that normally they would have because there's less undigested fiber and there's no starch to hold that together and cement it together in a clump.
Look like what is not digested here is hay.
Yeah, that's right. The only thing left is the more complex fiber that is in that hay. Mm. The soluble fiber is all gone. There's no grain in it of any kind. So this is simply just plain grass, fibery grass.
There's sure no grain there.
No, you'll never find grain in the droppings from a Total Equine horse.
I have seen, just oats, feeding oats.
Yes.
You think, golly, we need to scoop that up and recycle
it's still good feed.
Recycle it.
Oh yeah, it's
but
not
no,
injured.
I don't see any grain there.
No, that's great.
But, you hungry?
Well, there's no starch in there. I can't get anything out of it.
they use the starch, right?
Right.
Okay.
That starch all ended up in the small intestine right up here before it got back to the cecum. Basically, 100% of the starch has been solubilized so that it's absorbed in the small intestine, which is far more efficient than letting it go back into the cecum and be fermented. We lose a lot of nutrients through fermentation, just like the cows, the rumen.
Right.
And so we're getting the most efficient digestion possible in that small intestine with the pre or partially digested starch that's in the Total Equine. That's why if you look at a kernel of Total Equine, you don't see any grain particles in there either.
Sure, no.
The grain is all solubilized and embedded in there and ready to dissolve and be absorbed in the small intestine. I appreciate you taking the time to visit today. I'm glad we caught you here and part of your activities. I wish you well in your new diggings here in Weatherford, and I do appreciate your time.
I appreciate you coming by, and I appreciate your feed.
Thank you very much, Bob. I'm Dr. Harry Anderson, For more information on how to make a difference in your horse's performance and well-being, visit buildingbetterhorses.com.